The one place that most deeply embodies the spirit of the University of Missouri is the Francis Quadrangle.
The story of the quad and the history behind the columns generally is something we definitely touch on every tour of campus. And again, that story is Mizzou's story.
This piece of property that we're sitting around, this is really what was the core of the original University of Missouri when it was founded. Academic Hall was built here, and then after the fire, the university rebuilt out of the ashes.
After the Great Fire of 1892, only the columns of Academic Hall remained. A new campus plan was devised to be erected upon a quadrangle centered around the columns, and the historic Red Campus was born. Surrounding this sacred space, a succession of trees were planted. The present-day iteration of this iconic landscape design are the 26 pin oaks planted in the 1950s.
Unfortunately, the trees are to their useful life end. I mean, they've exceeded that actually, and so the mature oak trees on the quad are going to have to be replaced over time with new trees.
Replacing the oaks on Francis Quadrangle promises to be a challenging proposition. However, the decisions made today, based on cutting-edge horticultural science and methods, will have implications that will last for centuries.
We want to make a thoughtful transition to trees that will be here 100, 200 years from now, potentially. And that's why we've selected, we're selecting trees out of the white oak group of trees.
Now the samples that we've pulled together here were the suggestions that came up at various meetings. I will say this on some of you experts, this was actually a white oak selection from seed, but you can see the hybridization already starting to show. We wanted trees that would live a long time. The problem they have now is they use pin oak, which has a lifespan of about 70, 75 years, and so they're dying of old age. Had those been from the white oak family, they would live to be 200, 300 years old. And so we started down wetland species that were from the white oak family.
It's really been easy promoting the legacy oaks because it's the part of the campus that everybody has a connection to. It's really fun to see kids out there enjoying that space because they'll be the graduates at 20, 30, 40 years from now. They'll come back to the campus and they're able to hand off those memories of the Francis Quad to their kids and grandkids. So our host is here for all of Kaffner, and that's Dean Christopher Daubert. He's got a few words to share with us this morning as a welcome, and Dean Daubert.
When we talk about the college's 150th anniversary, we speak about a golden legacy. And this Legacy Oaks project is part of that. The oak trees on the Francis Quadrangle have been there for 60 years. And these beautiful oak trees behind me are going to replace those oak trees eventually and be part of our bold future.
Well, a little corrective pruning, what we call. So these trees, they helping Mother Nature out a little bit. They tend to want to fork, and we're wanting to train these folks up that we can put all the growth where they need to on the top, get these up as fast as we can, as high as we can, faster. Bring that bud right there. Making shaping decisions on the fly, and how many arborists does it take to prune a tree? It's good discussion because even though I've got several years in this, I've learned a lot here. Every time I get out with another colleague to hear what their take is on it. We've got to be fertilized, weed control, drip irrigation now, so we'll be able to maximize the growth. But we got a good selection of trees here. The ones that are going to be destined for the quad, definitely Those are going to be the pick of the litter here. The other ones though, we've got a lot of trees on campus that need to be replaced, and so these can go in those other spots.
Join us in supporting the legacy oaks of the Francis Quadrangle. It is a unique opportunity to enrich the Mizzou community for centuries. Countless generations in the future will come to know the Quad as it has always been known, a very special place.